In this video, I'm going to show you how you can ambush the same tank repeatedly as he's trying to make it through town. You're going to go here, spot him, and ambush him. And then you're going to reposition to here, and then through this gap, you're going to ambush him as he advances. And then you reposition to here, and then you ambush him as he makes it further. And then you go back to here, you shoot up this road, you ambush him again, and then you go to this position, you shoot through the gap, hit him again, and then you go to this position and you hit him as he tries to cross over. So potentially you can hit the same tank 5 or 6 times just because he's trying to get through town. And if there's 4 or 5 enemy tanks, you're going to be able to hit them multiple times. And there is going to be a replay where I'm going to hit a tank that is going to be in this position, and then I'm going to hit him again in this position. It's going to be a black prince. I'm going to hit him twice. So I'm going to this position. This tank is not that fast. It's like 35 kilometers. I'm surrounded by a lot of buildings, and we're going to see if we spot anything. Unfortunately, I have to self-spot. Okay, so there's a tank right there. Unfortunately, my shot did not penetrate. You notice that I did use the auto aim, and this allows me to drive while watching what's going on. I'm able to watch the building and to maneuver up because I had to hit him and pull out of safety. It was a Badger, so I could have used the sniper mode and maybe have been a little bit slower getting out. And my second shot did not penetrate. You can see an ally came with me, which is obviously going to be very helpful. He did do damage to the Badger. There is a building in the way that is causing some problem. I don't know if I'm going to knock it down or not. But obviously, from here, you can definitely spot tanks on their way. I think I may have hit the building on purpose. There was a tank that made it past me that hasn't been spotted yet, I believe. Which, yeah, there he is. He just appeared on the mini-map. It's a T-30. And he hit me. So he came back to help out his ally. Because I remember, when you play the way I play, you're going to be the first one spotted. The entire enemy team is always focused on you at the beginning of the game. They have no idea where your allies are. So now in this case, I'm coming to one of my favorite bushes, knock the tree down. And I usually watch this alley over here. And we got a tank showing up. I wasn't able to penetrate him. Did somebody? Okay, I had done damage to another tank. And you'll notice that the tank that had crossed over, I could have shot at him. But I knew about this slope over here, and I wanted to see if this tank would have gun depression at this position. And this is where I'm actually obviously checking the gun depression. Over here, you've got a much wider view. I had been playing where that tree was because, I spot is what I do. But when then I started spotting and ambushing. So this position, unfortunately, the tanks, it looks like they've already gone by. But you can see that's a very wide open view. I have played this before, and we've got a tank over here. Unfortunately, I missed him. And I missed him again. I do try to shoot through the buildings because sometimes you're able to penetrate through the building. You can see that we do have 2 targets in front of me. If I had come to this position first, maybe I would have been able to damage the tank. But the point of this replay is to show that you spot the enemy tanks in that first position, they're heading towards town, you move to the next position, you try to hit the same tank again. There's videos where I do that I'm going to show you at the end of the game. So you can see I'm still able to hit this guy. And normally what I would do is get around him and flank him from behind. You can see that in town, my team controls the town. However, let's see what happens when we move on to the next position. Look at the mini map. I'm sorry that I didn't zoom out. You can see that I'm literally right next to that little slope. When you look on the mini map, it looks like I'm really far. It looks like I'm surrounded by houses, but I'm really right out in the open. Lots of targets, even though I'm not penetrating. This is just the air. You know what? This is another position. While watching this replay, I just realized a lot of tanks are going to cross over here. That's another position that you can sit in to snipe at tanks trying to go through town. This needs to be tested. It's going to take me, a long time. It's going to take many weeks or months before I can test this in game. But it's possible that there's another sniping position through here. Okay, so we'll have to look at that later. Okay, now in this game, I'm sorry, in this position, I come to this bush and knock this tree down. This is where I've played the most games. Shooting down, at first it was just spotting, now it's ambushing tanks. You can see a T-29 snuck by and another tank. I missed my shots on those tanks. You've got two corridors you can shoot through. And I just spotted this other tank, this Black Prince. I might be holding my fire because I'm trying to get spotting damage. But the reason, okay, so here I am sniping at a tank. The reason why those tanks snuck through is because I was where the AMX 1357 was, and we were working on getting like the first 2 kills in the game, and then I repositioned to here. So this is one of the positions that you can do exactly what I said. You watch the tanks like that Black Prince as he crosses over, and maybe we'll be lucky enough to see that Black Prince come through again, and you're going to see how you can ambush the same, and there it is. You can ambush the same tank twice, which I did in this game. Now I'm going around to do the flank. Let's move on to another position. In this case, I'm trying to get to my first position, but I got spotted and I'm a slow tank, so I didn't make it. And obviously I'm taking a lot of damage, but don't worry about it. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna reposition to a second position. So this is an example of me in game playing 2 positions. I'm sure that I must have fired the gun at somebody. And not only that, because of this game, I discovered this second position. I didn't know about it until I had played this game. And basically, the second position is in front of me. If you're watching this, if I ordered all the videos right, this is an example of playing 2 positions in the same game. Perhaps I'll have others. So you see over here, that tank is going to try to cross over. Again, this is the first time, so I missed my first shot because there's objects in the way. There's these concrete pieces in the way, so I wasn't able to see if I was able to hit him or not. But I'm repositioning, and I'm pretty sure when he tries to cross over, I'm going to do some damage. Obviously, I've discovered that there's more objects in the way. I am lucky enough I'm able to get a shot in for 697. I don't want to go too much into gameplay. I just wanted to show you, here's an example where I went to the first position. It didn't work out. I repositioned to the second position. Now, right now, I am near the final position. Okay, so the tank just disappeared in front of me, but there's a tank right in front of me. I believe it's an ST1, and he wants to cross over there. There he is. And I'm actually going to do quite a bit of damage in this position. This is a position that if you like to do lots of damage, you play over here. So you can see that there's a tank over there, and we've got some other of his friends. We've got now 4 tanks in front of me that are potential targets. The reason why that FV215B183, he hit me at the beginning of the game for 1,000 damage. I had set a tank on fire, so I also did 1,000 damage at the start of the game. But here's an example. You can see how some of them are peeking out. We got 3 tanks lining up over there, and there might even be another one who we can't see. And I've got shots on them. I can do damage. Because I'm in a great hull down position, they're just going to bounce off of me again and again and again. I've obviously got a shot on that tank. He's not going to be able to do anything. So the artillery is going to be a problem. You might want to be aware if it's an artillery game. I will tell you that I've played here in games with artillery where the artillery never shot at me. The artillery doesn't always know who's the best tank to go after. The artillery doesn't know that I'm the one that's pinning down the enemy tanks. It's not the Oho or the tank that just died, the Bat Chat. I'm the one the reason why these tanks can't move is because they're focused on me. I'm going to hit them if they try to cross over. I'm up to 2,500 damage, and look, I blocked 2,300. The score is 5-8. I probably paused the game. This is a video, it's not a replay, but as you can see, the system, the method is going. The positions are good. So I think if you start from the first position, ambush the tank, go to the next position, ambush the tank, go to the next position, you can ambush the same tank multiple times, and you'll have a lot more tanks to go after in game. And the other thing that's interesting is the enemy is not going to realize that you're setting them up. They're just going to think, hey, there's a tank over here shooting at me, or hey, there's a tank over here shooting at me. They're really not going to figure out that you're really on the ball and you're really watching what these guys are doing. That was the Scorpion that I probably set on fire, which is probably why he was a one-shot. I did like 750 damage on him when I set him on fire. That was obviously a mistake where I turned my turret. The score's 10-8. I seem to recall that we were at 5-8, and now it's 10-8. So we turned this around. If you watch my damage blocked by armor videos, you'll know that one of the things that I discovered, if you block a lot of damage, I found that my team wins games where I block a lot of damage. And the reason why is because the enemy is focused on firing at me, and it gives my team time to do what they got to do. It slows the game down for the enemy. Okay, so I think that's, we're going to wrap this up. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a wrap up here. I've played these positions, you know, and some of the positions I haven't played very much, but I've played here a lot. I've played hundreds of games along these various positions. And what I never did was put them all together in one big battle. So it literally is going to take me many months before I'm going to have the opportunity to try it multiple times. And the reason why is because I really only play frontline. I rarely play random battles. And because, you know, there's like 50 maps. You've got to play 50 games just to get one chance, and you might be on the north spawn, which means it's going to take me 100 battles just for the shot at doing this one time. And I got to be in a tank that's well suited for this. If I'm in a slow tank, it's not going to work out. If you saw my T110E4 video, you'll see that I tried to do it and I just wasn't able to pull it off. So, like I said, it could be potentially many months or even a year before I really got a solid video that shows this strategy. I'm showing it to you now because I'm inviting you to try this now. And if you have success, please post in the comments that it worked out for you or you had a great game, etc. Thank you.